It is Thursday, April 15th, and this is not quite the first intro to the beginning of prep I thought I would be giving you guys and having myself. So, prep was supposed to officially begin on Monday, but I went to Florida from Thursday to Sunday, or what was supposed to be Thursday to Sunday, and flights were canceled, delayed, etc., and we ended up not being able to get home until Tuesday night past like midnight. So, yesterday was kind of spent getting my life together, getting everything on track, getting back to work and schoolwork, and the first 2 days when I was still in Florida, I did my best to get back on track. I spent the days I was supposed to be in Florida eating intuitively, enjoying my last few days. That's what Coach told me to do. But then, I had to roll with the punches, and Monday and Tuesday I did what I could to hit my macros as best as I could and start prep, but it wasn't perfect. So really we have like one solid day of prep and training in the books. I'm not gonna lie, I was pretty stressed there for a little bit. I don't handle those situations quite the best. But now that we're back and I'm kind of realizing it is a-okay. Yesterday, I ended up weighing in at 116.3, which is about a pound above where I had been right before I left for vacation, which shocked me because I expected to come back heavier, retaining a lot of water. I definitely was off my eating patterns a little bit, constipated and bloated, but we were back pretty much to the start. And today, this morning, I weighed in at 114.3, which is a new low since like the beginning of February. So that's pretty dope, and we're on a good track. So the plan was just to come back and get on my old macros that we had been on like the week before I left and get consistent with them, and then check in. I'll hear from him today and we'll see if he drops it. But my body's usually pretty responsive, and right around 2,000 calories, which is where I'm at right now, I'll drop a little bit of weight, which is pretty freaking cool, and a testament to taking time to make sure you have put on muscle, have put your body in a space where it wants to easily lose weight, and then it's that seamless, losing weight on 2,000 calories. But I just wanted to give you guys an initial, official, starting prep position, because I do want to have every video in this series kind of give you where I'm at, give you a physique update, etc., give you a macro update. Currently, my macros are on training days 255 carb, 55 fat, and 140 protein, which is 2,000 calories. But we hear from Coach today, so we'll see if they change. But I will post my starting physique pictures from yesterday. I'm gonna do pictures for now because my posing is still don't want to post videos yet, but I'll kind of track that with you guys throughout this prep. And I'm not really sure what the rest of this video is going to be. Maybe some travel tips and how to get back on track after vacation, but just wanted to get in here, give you an initial update, and let's finally hit a normal freaking day this week. That didn't work. Good morning. Cheers. Happy Saturday. It's now Saturday. Yeah, so these vlogs are probably going to be a little bit, or vlogs, not vlogs, all over the place. But just wanted to update you. So I woke up this morning, I just did yoga, very out of my comfort zone, but I'd like to really start incorporating it. And typically today would be a training day for me. Saturdays usually are, but I have been instructed to take 2 rest days, today and tomorrow, to get back on schedule. I kind of messed up my workout scheduling while I was in Florida. So what Coach says we do. So this will typically probably be my new Sunday routine. Wake up, do yoga, eat breakfast, because not gonna be any more hungover Sunday mornings on prep, if you know what I'm saying. So yeah, but I just wanted to update you guys after I did have my check-in on Thursday. Macaroonies did get dropped, so we're sitting now at 60 fat, 200 carb, 140 protein, which is 1,900 calories, and scale's moving, so we'll see what we do this week. No cardio yet. But yeah, that is it. I'm going to get my breakfast rolling here. What up?
Yeah, we're just chilling on the floor right now. I figured it would be a nice change of scenery from just always talking to you at my desk, and also I wanted to change scenery. I wanted to chill on the floor, okay? So here we are. But I thought I would take the rest of this vlog to talk about my favorite travel tips that I implement when I'm traveling to make sure I stay on track, because just because you're going on vacation or traveling doesn't mean you can't keep reaching your goals. Summer's coming up, COVID restrictions are starting to lift, so I know everyone's itching to get moving, go to the beach, go whatever, and you absolutely should, but it doesn't mean you need to throw your goals in the tank. So I thought I'd go over all of that. So top travel tips to stay on track. Try saying that 5 times fast. Number 1, pack your supplements. Easy, low-hanging fruit. Stay on track with those. You don't need to bring your whole protein tub of powder. You don't need to bring your whole creatine bag. You gotta save the room in the suitcase for the shoes and the clothes, you know? So just portion out the amounts you're gonna need in Ziploc bags. Bring it with you. Easy peasy. No excuse to not have those things with you. Number 2, pack easy to travel with foods for a few reasons here. You got things to snack on in the car, on the plane, whatever, but you also don't have to eat out every single meal when you're traveling just because you're traveling. And there's 2 great benefits for that. Number 1, you're gonna be able to stay on track a little bit better, make sure you're getting in what your body needs, and number 2, save that money. I know with flying it can be especially even harder because TSA and getting things through, but here are some of my staple favorite foods to bring when flying, when traveling, whatever. For easy protein sources, obviously protein powder, like I said, just scoop some into a Ziploc baggie and bring that with you. I also love having these tuna packets, these like deli or StarKist tuna packets. They also have chicken ones. Jalapeno is the best, shockingly. If eating bagged tuna, whatever, doesn't weird you out, highly recommend. They have such good flavors. And then also like canned chicken breast, canned tuna, really easy, doesn't need to be refrigerated. And then of course protein bars if you just need an extra little pick-me-up. And then as far as carb sources go, this one's pretty easy. Obviously rice cakes, always easy to bring along, and then you can throw one of those tuna packets on there. I also love grabbing like microwavable rice packets, so something like this, or these like 1-minute little individual containers. Easily can heat up wherever you go, non-perishable, you don't have to refrigerate. And then you guys know me and my oats. I do not miss days of my oats. So I do the same thing with my supplements as I do with my oats as I do with my supplements. Just throw them all in the Ziploc bag, bring it on with you. And then for fats, I like to bring some of these like little to-go peanut butter packets. You have to make sure if you're flying at least that you get these ones, because you can't bring the whole jar because that will constitute as a liquid and they'll take it away from you, and that would be just tragic. You also can pre-cook pretty much anything, like pre-cook some veggies, pre-cook some chicken, some ground beef, and you can throw that in Ziploc bags as well and easily bring that with you. If you're in the car, you can definitely pack like a cooler to keep that in, and if you are flying you can bring an ice pack. You just need to make sure it's frozen when you're going through TSA, so I make sure that that's the last thing I do before I leave for the airport, so by the time I go through TSA the ice pack's still frozen, so it gets through fine because it's not a liquid yet. Number 3, plan ahead with where you're staying. If you have to stay in a hotel, call ahead and see if they can provide you with a microwave and a fridge. Most of the time you're going to get a fridge in your room, and sometimes they can either make sure you have a microwave in your room, or the hotel itself will just have an area that you can go and microwave anything that you need. Airbnbs are also going to be an awesome option if you're able to do that, because you're likely going to get a kitchen with that, or at least at the least a fridge and a microwave, and be able to be in a lot more control of your own meals. Number 4, let's talk about alcohol. You guys know Body by Breweries. Okay, I enjoy some good drinks now and then. Well, not right now as much on prep, but definitely do so when I'm traveling, and it's part of traveling, right? By no means do you need to avoid alcohol, but there's a few things you can do to just kind of mitigate the negative effects that can come along with drinking. Number 1, I kind of like to set a rule for myself that I will get one fun drink to start the night, whatever I want. Most of the time that's going to be a margarita for me, and then from there on out I will stick to liquors and a sugar-free mixer. So for me, I love tequila sodas or vodka sodas. Gin and tonics would be a great option, you know, Diet Coke and rum, but something with that is sugar-free and that you can have several of without that the mixer being the additive calories. And sticking with liquor is also going to usually be a little bit better from a caloric standpoint and sometimes your wallet standpoint, because you don't need to have as much. Also, prioritize water when you're drinking. I make it a point personally to have at least 1 glass of water for every drink I have, so I don't get my second drink until I've already finished another glass of water. That will definitely help keep you hydrated as well as keep you feeling okay the next day. Number, I think we're on 5. Don't weigh yourself when you get back for at least a few days. It's not going to be an accurate reading. You're probably going to be a little bit up on the scale if you were to weigh yourself because of sodium retention. If you ate out a lot, you probably had more sodium than you're used to, probably had foods that you don't typically consume, and your digestion is probably not quite up yet. Think about if you've had as regular bowel movements as you usually have. If you haven't, there's literally still food in you that has weight that is causing the scale to show weight. Sitting in a car for long hours or flying can also have a big impact in your weight, as it can cause inflammation. Blood isn't circulating as well. Depending on what kind of vacation you're on, your sleep may have not been quite the same, which is going to have a big impact as well on your weight. So overall, like, it's just not going to be an accurate reading. It's probably not going to be the best thing for your mindset. Just don't do it. Number 6, I hope, move. When you're on vacation, just move. I'm not saying you need to get in your perfect training sessions, hit your program perfectly. If you don't even get any workouts in, that's fine. Maybe that's what you need. Maybe you decide to take a deload week and strategize your training with this vacation, but just at least move. Depending on the type of vacation you're on, you're likely in a fun place, new places that you haven't seen before. Go sightseeing, walk around, check out what that city's transportation method is. Maybe they do a lot of biking. Just move, because number 1, movement creates movement, aka keep that digestion going. And number 2, it's going to help just keep that energy expenditure up. You're going to just likely feel better overall, because I know for myself, if I just sit, like especially beach vacations, it's so nice to sit there and relax for a little bit, but if I just lay on the beach all day, I start to get kind of like brain fog and just feel super tired and lethargic, even though I didn't do anything. So I make it a point to walk down the beach. Just spend time getting in steps and just move your body. We are humans. We are meant to literally be moving our body all the time. That's how we function best. It's how your brain functions best. Move. Okay, and lastly, mindset kind of stuff here. If you're not competing, or you don't have a wedding coming up, or like some hard deadline that you have to be ready at a certain exact point for, give yourself some grace. Any kind of like transformation or journey you're on right now is just that, a journey. It's meant to be a lifestyle and should be sustainable habits anyway. Give yourself some more flexibility with your goal. You don't have a hard and fast deadline. Enjoy the vacation. Chances are it's probably like a few days or a week anyway. And just like you're not gonna, get a 6-pack in 2 days, you're also not gonna undo anything in 2 days. So give yourself some grace, give yourself some flexibility. Maybe this is a few days you spend away from macro tracking, or you make some kind of guidelines for how you're gonna approach the trip. So for me, if it's something where I can have a little bit more flexibility, I typically like to still make my own breakfast all of the days. I love my oats, but then I'll have a little bit more flexibility with lunch and dinner. Depending how long the trip is, I'll typically say that one of the meals the whole time I will just have whatever I want, whatever sounds good on the menu. And for the rest of the meals, I'll just make sure that I'm getting a protein on the plate, a veggie on the plate, and a pretty whole food carb source on the plate. Just be conscious about the choices you're making. Remember, you don't have to finish everything on the plate. Take breaths in between your bites and just enjoy the time you're there with the people you're there with. Oh, and if I didn't say this, drink a ton of water. Always stay stacked with that ish. But that is really it. My main travel tips for staying on track. It is totally doable. You can 100% enjoy yourself and still make good choices the entire time. Sometimes the good choices is fueling your soul. Get that one meal that you really just want. It's really taking me everything right now to not just open this and like spoon the whole thing into my mouth, but self-control, baby. Thanks for tuning in, guys. See ya on the flip side.